President Tinubu, I want to know how you can shake their hands, the hands of the victims, while you shake the hands of the leadership in your government who are known terrorists. Men you appointed who aren't even hiding it. How can you refuse to go to the villages where Christians are being massacred, but you'll meet with the victims with cameras on in an airport? That's called cowardice.
Hello, you are welcome to this class. In this class, we go see 7 news stories what happened for Nigeria for the past 24 hours where you need to know. What happenings for that matter. Number 1, now between VDM and Isa Banko. Isa Banko thought say VDM activity, he get killed. He thought say VDM, they exploit the pains of the people. Take on, they make money. Say VDM love what is going on because it benefits him. But for the first time, as he said, VDM reacted without basgos. For this class, we'll see the reason why VDM reacted like that. Attack the man back. Listen to Isa Bako.
The reason I do not like Very Dark Man is because of all the people I have seen in Nigeria who make content about Nigeria, of all the youth in Nigeria, of everyone that I have seen from social media, I don't know on the boots on the ground, from social media, there is no one in Nigeria right now that has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Nobody in Nigeria right now has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Why has he not done it? Why has he never come out and called for a revolution? Why has the things he has seen in Nigeria never gotten him so angry to say, you know what, fuck this shit? Because for him, this system works. This system works for Very Dark Man. He makes his living off of your pain. He needs the system to stay in place. He needs to keep going to state and talking nonsense. He needs y'all to keep giving him money. He needs to be an activist. He needs all of this. He needs the system is exactly how, like, this guy goes to sleep every night. It's like, I love Nigeria. He wakes up.
President Tinubu, I want to know how you can shake their hands, the hands of the victims, while you shake the hands of the leadership in your government who are known terrorists. Men you appointed who aren't even hiding it. How can you refuse to go to the villages where Christians are being massacred, but you'll meet with the victims with cameras on in an airport? That's called cowardice.
Hello, you are welcome to this class. In this class, we go see 7 news stories what happened for Nigeria for the past 24 hours where you need to know. What happenings for that matter. Number 1, now between VDM and Isa Banko. Isa Banko thought say VDM activity, he get killed. He thought say VDM, they exploit the pains of the people. Take on, they make money. Say VDM love what is going on because it benefits him. But for the first time, as he said, VDM reacted without basgos. For this class, we'll see the reason why VDM reacted like that. Attack the man back. Listen to Isa Bako.
The reason I do not like Very Dark Man is because of all the people I have seen in Nigeria who make content about Nigeria, of all the youth in Nigeria, of everyone that I have seen from social media, I don't know on the boots on the ground, from social media, there is no one in Nigeria right now that has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Nobody in Nigeria right now has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Why has he not done it? Why has he never come out and called for a revolution? Why has the things he has seen in Nigeria never gotten him so angry to say, you know what, fuck this shit? Because for him, this system works. This system works for Very Dark Man. He makes his living off of your pain. He needs the system to stay in place. He needs to keep going to state and talking nonsense. He needs y'all to keep giving him money. He needs to be an activist. He needs all of this. He needs the system is exactly how, like, this guy goes to sleep every night. It's like, I love Nigeria. He wakes up in the morning, stretches. I love Nigeria. Not the idea of what Nigeria could be. He loves Nigeria as it is. I see him for what he is. That's why I don't like him. Because you have nobody in Nigeria. There is nobody in the whole youth of Nigeria. Nobody has the power to start a revolution. There have been so many deaths that if this man wanted, he could have gotten up and said, fuck this shit. Let's get rid of all of them. Nobody has the power like Very Dark Man or Very Black Man or whatever the fuck. But he refuses because, again, he makes a living off of your pain.
You don't hear us, okay? One for expect say normal VDM, if you attack him, he go give it to you. But no, for the first time, VDM did not attack the man, but he educated him, even when the man was attacking him. Why? He saw sincerity in his message. The guy wasn't speaking from the place of hate. He was speaking from a place of concern and also a place of misunderstanding of why VDM has not taken action. Okay? VDM understands something deeper. The guy was asking him to do what himself VDM has always wanted to do. But the guy didn't understand why VDM stepped back all this while, not calling for a revolution. So instead of fighting him, he chose to explain. Okay? Listen to VDM.
All right, so my brother, I get your point. So you were saying that Very Dark Man have this power. He has so much influence on a lot of youths. A lot of Nigerians believe in Very Dark Man. He has the power to call for a revolution, and a lot of people are going to come out. But why haven't Very Dark Man done it yet? You see, I am self-aware. I know the influence I have. From the day we did the Rattle events at the Abuja Stadium and all the crowd, from our monthly events, the amount of youths that come out, the foot soldiers, the people on ground, they are all there. Why haven't Very Dark Man called for a revolution? I've asked myself that question. But then I always get the answer. Why? Which people am I calling a revolution? On behalf of what people? These Nigerians? Come on, I can't do that. These Nigerians? Against who? Who am I calling the revolution against? Against these politicians? These leaders? No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. And you know why? These politicians that you see as bad, as evil, as demonic, they are the exact reflection of who the people are. These Nigerians are more bad and more evil than the politicians that you see in power. I swear to God, an average Nigerian is worse than the politician. You see? Okay, let's say we lead a revolution like you all want. Who are the youth, who are the people that are going to replace this leader? We kick Tinubu out, kick Shetima, come out all these people. Which youth? What kind of orientation do they have? What kind of mindsets do they have? Are they responsible enough to take charge of this country? What youth are you talking about? Who are you going to put in power? Are they productive enough? Let's start with my own state, Edo State, the youth and the mindset that they have there. Most of them do fraud. You go to Edo, you go to Delta, most of them they press. Asaba boys, Benin boys, they press. Now you ask yourself, what do they do with that money? Some of them paying off $500,000, $300,000, $1 million. What do they do? First things first, they buy a beautiful car. They buy a house. Then they open a club or they open a hotel. Then you go to Edo State, Benin, you see hotel. Do you see the mindset? Then guess what? They pack security. They follow, they say, wow. Most of the youth want to do exactly what these politicians are doing, but they want to do it better. The youth that you have in Nigeria want to steal better than the politicians. What orientation do they have? Are they productive enough? Somebody have never stolen $1 million and thought about creating 1 million employment. Those are the people that you want to put in power? People that all they think about is lau. Buy, spray money for club, do this one, buy the... Now those people you want to put for power, they will finish the country. Do they have togetherness mindsets? Do you see the way you go on Twitter every day and they create tribal wars? Religious wars? Who do you want to put in power? The people that believe that the Igbos are better than the Yorubas, or the Yorubas are better than the Igbos, or the Hausas are meant to be the political class? Do they have togetherness? Do they see themselves as Nigerians? As people, as brothers? These are the people you want us to lead revolution. Who are we going to restore? Do they have the leader's mindset? Again, I'm telling you that the people, an average Nigerian is worse than the government.
You don't hear us so. As he said, the politicians are not different from the people. They were actually elected from among us. The people of Nigeria have bad orientation when it comes to money. It is true. Worse than the politicians said. All of them all cash out. Those coming in might be worse. I agree. The real issue is bigger than one person. Most Nigerians are deeply divided. Nigerians are bigoted people. Religious bigots, ethnic bigots, even political bigots. You ask me to include bigots. And as a content creator, if you read comments or some people, or you do some videos like this, you go understand, say, we are not ready. Some people go attack you. Even for their korokoro hard like this, say everything they spoil. Everywhere they scatter. Because say the person, now same religion, same ethnicity. They no send. They go see defend the person. And you won't call revolution against the leader where they believe. And they go back by you. We're never ready. The only way a revolution can take place in any country. Now, a country where we say they homogeneous. They speak the same language. They look at their skin, say they be one person. Now, only that place You fit get out of it like China, Korea, Japan. Now only these places. So see this place, say I'll be outside, I'll be Igbo, I'll be this. Oh, forget about it. I will see your time. That is the real battle, not about the government. Me, I don't talk am. There are some tough he said. I said, I beg. If you want to make it spoil, I know what do. Now about the people. Nigeria, we have bad people. Because these same people will resist change. We attack anyone calling for revolution. Even when that change is for their own good. They don't believe again. Some people they talk say, oh, politicians are the same now. None of them are good now. He say now big concept. This was this spoil. So the more manage you will get indirectly. Alesoti who he be. Even the Alesoti. Because they perform. Some people they deliberately they what they do. They borrow. Say country, forget. For me, politicians understand this game perfectly. From Muhammadu Buhari to Bola Tinubu. This one, now Fulani appointment. Fulani, or Muslim. If you don't be Fulani, or you don't be Muslim, they'll give you 1 year appointment. Now so they run out. Now, Bola Tinubu, everybody they complain, Yoruba. Because they understand, say, that this type of thing, people put them for power. People make them stay there. They don't fight division. They don't fight it. Rather, they threaten it because it keeps them in control. So you won't call revolution for this type of environment, forget about it. You're going to buy yourself. The painful truth, even those who will benefit from change, we still defend the same tribal, religious, and political biases. 2, they say Bola Tinubu plan to visit Plateau to meet families of victims where they buy. Nigeria call it us now. Instead of it to go to the communities where the thing actually take place, make you see the horror of what his citizens went through. Make you see the graves where they bury people. They say Baba invited mourners when they come meet them for airport too. Oh, they met him there, had brief handshake with them, and in about 10 minutes, it was over. You know, me talk and say now. Video Tinubu brought families of victims of a terrorist attack to the airport so he could give them a handshake and leave in 10 minutes. They even put tags around their necks. You don't see us so. 10 minutes. Alele. Now here the matter really dey. People believe say this journey here na common flag. Now because of say pressure they come from outside. Now make am enter Plateau. Pressure from international communities. Global voices watch it closely. Normally they say na rice they have a package for them. Just call like this. Hello my son. Do you see have rice in the warehouse? Let them package the rice. Look at it now. Breaking. U.S. lawmaker urges Secretary Rubio to impose sanction on Nigeria over Christian killings. They say this type of thing. Now put pressure for Baba. Normally, you know go there. Like person like more. It does say if Nigeria no fit do am, they go do am very soon for Nigeria.
As you just reported, unfortunately, we've had 40 individuals who were killed at a Palm Sunday service, which is just tragic. And then on top of that, you had another 13 Christians killed by Islamic radical militants at a Christian wedding and Palm Sunday. So we have a number of suggestions in here of how the Nigerian government can work with the United States government to address this. But as President Trump has been very clear on this, if they don't address this, we're going to address it for them.
Just like this guy will be saying, he did close to Ralemont to say, Tinubu, where are you? You're going to regret this.
Innocent Christians. Yeah. On Palm Sunday. Yeah. Tinubu, where are you? As your people are slaughtered in the night. As you sit in Aso Rock and you do absolutely nothing. You allow your people to be killed again and again and again and again. When will it stop? When will you hear the cries of Nigerians, of Christians? You can no longer deny genocide. They're being slaughtered. And you say there's no issue. You will regret what you are doing.
President Tinubu, I want to know how you can shake their hands, the hands of the victims, while you shake the hands of the leadership in your government who are known terrorists, men you appointed who aren't even hiding it. How can you refuse to go to the villages where Christians are being massacred, but you'll meet with the victims with cameras on in an airport That's called cowardice. How you can do nothing about the money that's being funneled directly to terrorists as your leaders sell off rare earth minerals to fund the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. How can you shake their hands when you hired a lobbying group in Washington, D.C. for $9 million to shift the narrative that there's no genocide happening in Nigeria? And I will tell you that me, along with the other influential Christian voices in America, will not be silent on this. You just fueled our fire even more.
This is the type of things that I put pressure. Just to show, say, I visit. I want to come airport. So they talk about person like this. You can see from his body language, he did not come there because he cared. He just came because his advisors encouraged him to show up. No empathy, no sympathy, just dry as shakes. Calling grieving families to meet you at your convenience instead of going to them to see their pain firsthand and understand the realities on ground. So people see them as disrespect. Like this person, all these victims don't deserve my sympathy. Why will they submit to this ridiculous act? Are they there for compensation or what? Why are you okay with this after the death of your loved ones, especially the woman that lost her son? Is she not thinking straight? This one said, sometimes the problem is the Mumu citizens. Because how will a government pay you and still invite you for a handshake? When I read all these comments, there are many. If you go read that by yourself, go to this lady's ado, go read them. Wetin comes to my mind na wetin Adebayo talk of Africa Democratic Party. He talk say Tinubu na businessman. You know they interested in governance. You know they interested in this office. They use the office to run his personal shows. See the video now, no me talk.
President Tinubu cannot even be a proper commander-in-chief because he can't do the work.
Why?
Because he's more or less an international businessman.
Why do you say that?
I can tell you, he's an international businessman who is using the office as a ladder, as a platform to promote his international business. And the government, I know that as a fact, and that the government is full of people who ordinarily would have worked for him in his private business empire. The majority are the people he put in the commanding heights of government decision making. And their understanding is that these government offices are places to do business. And they don't see you as a citizen to serve. They see you as a customer to exploit and get something from you. And the commander-in-chief work is too boring for President Tinubu to do. He can see the business side of it, but for him to sit down, read security report, take his time. No. This was a person who even allowed himself to get to a point where his own ADC was to be promoted to a general rank without even going to war college. And I can tell you, I don't want to be personal against anybody, the ADC is even a traditional ruler in Kwara State. So it shows to you his relationship with the armed forces, that he does not understand that he is the number one soldier of Nigeria. He needs to give them command. He needs to be in the situation room with them. He needs to go to the forward operating bases from time to time. He needs to be hands-on. He needs to know what they are doing, and they need to know that he knows what they are doing and that he cares for what they are doing. He can't do it. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the temperament.
3, they say those ladies where raise alarm concerning hospital where they Enugu say no light, no oxygen, nothing, snakes, wahala dey here, they raise alarm.
This is on duty and it's a night duty, and I can't believe in a hospital like this there's no water, there's no light. Everywhere is littered, there's no cleaner to clean the place. Like, I'm talking about mosquitoes. The mosquitoes that are here, massive mosquitoes, and it's not good. I don't know what the government are doing about it. They are building
no.
Please, there is a woman in labor, like currently in labor, and there's no light. And there's no light. Like, so what if there's complication? What do we do? Or you get her incubator? I don't understand. It's very poor of a general hospital.
No oxygen,
like this. There's no oxygen. There's no light to even give birth to a child.
Let's just say oxygen. This is a secondary thing, but at least the primary things that a hospital is supposed to have.
Water.
They don't have it. No water.
No water.
No good environment.
Environment.
No
is
cleaners to
everything.
clean it. That's poor. I mean, as the government, how you guys helping us?
Guys, look around.
There's no light.
Everywhere is dark.
And I heard a snake. Oh God.
They don't fumigate here, nothing. Mosquitoes.
See, everywhere is
this
very
place is not even conducive
for human beings.
For human beings to do anything.
One health center.
One health center. Enugu.
Somewhere like here has been sleeping. Like if the rain falls.
Women used to fall here.
Yeah, which exactly?
Like this place around.
Yes, now
so
the floor is muddy now. Okay, these are neighbors, so they have lights, but a whole hospital, a whole government hospital, no lights. How? To think that there are patients here.
Yeah, they say they don't suspend them. For you to raise alarm, you all are suspended.
I'm the girl that posted about the hospital at Uwani about the light issues. Sadly, I was given an indefinite suspension and now I was removed from my clinical duties. Now I want to ask Nigerians, did I do anything wrong? I never posted that video to bring the government down or to paint them bad. I only did that to bring to their attention, which luckily they have been attended and also restored lights to the hospital. I am so broken, Nigerians. I didn't know that my goodness would be punishing me so badly.
Look at it. Breaking. Student nurse suspended for viral video exposing Enugu General Hospital without light, water, oxygen. And this governor newly joined APC. Is it that after you join APC, you know how they say pathetic with the people because you believe say you can win the election anyhow? Me, I don't just understand this type of thing, man. It suggests that those in power are already aware of the situation. They already know, say, that hospital, they like that. But they have found ways to avoid addressing issues. Okay? They seem to have concluded among themselves, say, the best way to do things in this era now to arrest, suspend, suppress, than actually solving the issue. Because they get many supporters among the citizens. And that's it, very that man they talk just now. The same people, they go slap you for talking like this. They don't suspend them now. That's why people they talk. Do you see any opera? Is anybody talking about it? That's why people now go sleep. See also, 4. They say David Oyedepo say, this coming election is people, members not go vote for destructive Muslim ticket. So the ticket they destructive. Don't destroy many things for this country. Now be this now. 2027. No member of my church will play fool this time. I vote destructive government that propagate Muslim ticket. Bishop Oyedepo. But my own be say, if like say Baba don't know say Tinubu could end up be the only strong name on the ballot. Before you even talk about voting, first talk about the process now. Put voice there. Talk about what they go on for Nigeria. Say all opposition parties they are being decimated. So voting not go be the real issue this time, sir. Now how many people go dey ballot? If you be saying now Tinubu, Showore, and me, don't go dey that ballot. So you no get options. Anyway, Nigerians they ask for APC after APC mounted propaganda against Goodluck Jonathan. To the extent that even the wife called the cry say, there is God, though. When they mock am, there is God, though. There is God, though. They mock this woman. Today, the whole where APC dig that time, Nigeria never come up from inside. Now from worst to worst. 5, them say African Democratic Congress no send INEC. They said no. Forget INEC. Say INEC they craze. Say they go do what they want to do. They say they go ahead, run their party activities. Listen.
Can you hear me? Let me cite these 2 scenarios. The Nafiu Gombe situation happened, and all of a sudden, in one fell swoop, INEC is now saying that voters should now go and revalidate their voting status. That's another one that we're not even talking about this morning. What's your read on these 2 matters? The Nafiu Gombe scenario, now they are saying voters should go and revalidate their voter status. What does all of this mean to you?
I mean, Thank you very much, Rufai. You see, all this is, when we keep saying that there's a plan to make President Bola Tinubu the only candidate on the ballot in 2027, people think we're being hysteric. They think, we're just banding conspiracy theory. All these points to INEC trying to create a chaos. Now, if you ask people to get people to register to vote is difficult enough. Now, asking every single person that has a voter's card to go back to their polling units to revalidate those cards a few months to the election is plain anarchy. And it's sounding uncomfortably familiar, only that the democratic context is what makes it strange. If we're in a military rule, we can understand it. But we find ourselves in a situation where everything is being done to ensure that the election in 2027 is a fait accompli and the Nigerians will be left with no option or no choice. But we've seen how this has ended in the past. So we are saying that we will go ahead with our congresses. We have given INEC 21 days notice. They have accepted the notice. So whether they come or not, we'll continue with our congresses. We'll continue with our convention. The issue of the registration that you mentioned, we issued a statement yesterday. We said INEC cannot do this because they know that it can only lead to one thing, chaos. And chaos and anarchy can only benefit only one party, that is the APC. And that is why I'm saying, if you're asking us to bring proof, I wonder what kind of proof you want us to bring. We are all Nigerians. We can see what is going on. We can see our democracy unraveling before our very eyes. And we're asking for proof as if we're foreigners.
Now, INEC provoke. Say, make that cutting now. Say they on their own. If they like, say we smoke paraga for removing their names from our portal. Say, may they carry on now. Say that they waste their time. Now time waster. And they thought they get all judgment. All those gara. May they forget ADC. Listen now. INEC chairman, I they talk for you.
The David Mark group.
Yes.
They've now issued a statement of defiance that all those declarations by INEC, that they would not obey any one of them because INEC has no powers to choose the leadership of a political party, and that they will go ahead with their Congress, they will go ahead with their convention, because also they have to be part of the forthcoming elections in Ekiti and Ondo. So what will be the implications?
Well, as far as we are concerned, INEC is a party in the case. And INEC was sued as a defendant by a member of ADC. That is number one. Then secondly, you see, the court is very clear that parties, including David Mark himself, should refrain from doing anything that will foist a situation of fait accompli on the court. So if they are going ahead with their Congress, with their convention, it is left for them to look at it, whether it is in contravention of the court of... INEC did not just take a decision. We didn't just wake up one day and took this decision. There was something led to it. There was another of court. Don't do anything. Don't take any step that will render any proceeding before the court nugatory. And also that will force on the court of appeal on the trial court, a situation of helplessness, of fait accompli. So if already they're asking that don't do any Congress, don't do any convention, it's a relief that is being claimed. And especially they file a motion for that purpose. That motion has not been determined. So if they decide, let me tell you what happened in Zamfara. It happened in the past. We don't want to conduct an election without this early warning. And at the end of the day, after you have won, the court again will come and declare the election invalid. And the implication is that the person with the second highest number of votes will be declared the winner. It happened in Plateau State during the last election, where after the question of primaries was even an issue, and congresses were not held in some states, in some portion of Plateau State. So the court said, go and do those primaries. But unfortunately, they did not obey the court order. So failure to obey the court order has consequences. They are at liberty to do whatever they want to do. But INEC would not want to go into a situation again where there's another, don't do anything, don't take any step. I have the judgment here. I can read it to you. It's very definite.
You don't say so, but Nigeria don't react. They thought say Rabi Kwakwanso, the camp few days ago. Others they plan to join ADC. Bala Mohammed also want to join them. They say all of a sudden, INEC called judgment. But who read the comments now? Kwakwanso came aboard on Monday. Bala wanted to announce on Thursday, and the destruction started on Wednesday evening. This INEC chairman is solely ATI or APC directives. Look at what Insane. So people don't go dig out the videos of the former deputy chairman. They say he was excited. I was there when they hand over. So people can ask and say, what they call happen? What they call change? As you can see, they even dig out the letter of resignation. This time with stamp on it, certified full copy. They stamp them, they receive them. Because some people just say it was not stamped. They don't see them and say it was stamped. And the video be this. See how so? Number 6. Peter Obi can't weigh the matter. Yesterday say, Bata is better than the current leadership. So people say we fought for democracy.
I'm glad we are all Democrats. And we all subscribe to this democracy voluntarily, willingly. And we've been at it selflessly in the last 26 years. Some of us are the bruises of it, struggling for it. We went to detention, we protested, we had street hungers, we went on exile and all of that. We formed NADECO. We got here. I'm a die-hard Democrat.
People say, we Democrats. Say those who claim democracy, use and deceive Nigerians, so gain power. Then wiki the same democracy where they say they fight for. Say who they fight like that? See Peter Obi now. Let me talk. No go read what he talk. He said yesterday defenders of democracy, today's destroyers. What a shame. This is pay Peter Obi. Say I wrong go there when I destroy him. I can't run now. I say yeah, they save. I don't know say na take it. I say why they laugh? They laugh at the wickedness. The level of you tell you don't they save. Nobody tell you say they still get the same part. Say article no be do anything this time. Peter Obi continued. What an irony of history that the acclaimed defenders of democracy and human rights who claimed to have fought for democracy during the era of General Sani Abacha now found themselves worse than the man they oppose. Peter Obi proposed. The Democrats. I said democracy they do. Twice worse than even military rule. He continued. Today, General Sani Abacha was presumed face of oppression. We be remembered as seemingly more democratic and more respectful of human rights than the so-called champions of democracy, champions of activism. From the NADECO, there is NADECO. Power indeed reveals character. Say when you get power, you will bring out your true character. Say you dey hide seas, you dey hide. He heard and say, a new Nigeria is possible. Mama say, why did you call it possible like this now? When they know what made it possible. Why you dey laugh at the level of wickedness? Wait till I go cry. Student Lamido also agree with Peter Obi. The line of thinking of Peter Obi. See, I say people say they fought for democracy. When they take on the hot, they run commot. Call it that conquer benefit from what they fought for. So they no fight to watch.
You see, I feel highly entertained by Tinubu's rhetorics, the way he's dramatizing his own role, in Nigerian democracy. Luckily, we're all alive. Luckily, we're all alive. We're all there. We're all, participants in that particular, sphere of political activity. So I was in the midst of it. Tinubu became relevant and noticeable after Abacha took over government. Before then, he was the Senate, was the secretary of the party. And with all respect to him, you see, he was part of those people who were supporting Babangida's annulment of June 12th. He was part of it. His own mother, Haja Mogaji from Lagos, was organizing Lagos marching women to come to Abuja to pledge, support for Babangida. I'm saying this because it's simply history. I mean no harm. Don't mean to embarrass him. But then you see, he was actively handing gloves to Babangida. Now, when Babangida saw the fact that he was having a problem with the party, he went to the National Assembly to address them. One infamous speech was, they are trying to incite you it is you they are against. You know, Tinubu was there, and the IU became very, very firm and straight on the issue of June 12. He called a meeting, then being the only senior elected person in government at that time, as Senate President, he convened a meeting in Edo, in Benin, working there with the governor, where we went there and reaffirmed our commitment to June 12. So when Tinubu today, after being a general president, decided to rewrite history, well, trying to maybe deconstruct history and then rewrite it, then it is a very, very amusing because he was part of the Babangida support of June 12. He was part of it. Now, it was only when Abacha took over government that Tinubu then became a so-called activist of June 12. Not only him, all those who are talking about June 12 in Edeko, I mean no harm, I mean no disrespect. I'm simply saying what happened during that time. All of them, those who were in Edeko, where were they on June 11? They had no part in June 12. They are not part of June 12 campaign. They are not part of the June 12 activities. What are you doing? They are never, because most of them are saying they should down look. All of them, because they know believe they won't work out. So when Abiola won the election, and then after the annulment, they are all very, very passive. But suddenly, after Abacha came on board, removing Sonekam, they became activists. They formed NEDECO. NEDECO was opposed to Abacha, was opposed to election formation. NEDECO was something which was formed, to fight Abacha, not to fight democracy, not to fight for June 12.
You don't stand so, okay? 7, one lady, don't reject one guy. He said he saw the guy, handsome guy. Approach him. I said, whoa, this guy, they handsome. Let me give her a chance, let me talk to her. And the guy called listen, say, where's some called the mama then? And the guy just put her for bag, bring her to a cap. Now, APC cap. I said, what? This song actually reveal who you are? So as you were talking to me, you carry APC cap, put for pocket. Oh, now so she changed that for him. Say, what? You want bring wickedness to my life? Say, anybody where they support APC, the person they wicked. Say, it depends on the person where you marry. Not if you marry wicked person. Now, wicked children, if you marry Koloma, now Kolo children will born. Say, say, thank God, say, the song where the mama there, they be the true nature of that person. Let me talk him. Check him now.
Yes, I rejected the man because he's an APC supporter. I was going out yesterday to make deliveries yesterday to my customer. And this guy walked up to me and told me that he likes me. Okay, fine, thank you. At first, he was not wearing the APC cap. Like, I was already giving him audience. I was ready to listen to what he has to say. All of a sudden, because the sun was high, he brought out a cap and wear on his head. And bam, APC. I told him, please, I cannot listen to what you're saying. And because what you're saying, immediately you wear this cap, what you're saying does not make any sense to me anymore. Like, immediately my countenance changed. He observed it and said, all of a sudden, that my reaction changed. At first, I did not even want to answer him because I don't want to talk. I don't want just verse. But he kept pressurizing me to tell him the reason why my action changed. Oga, anybody that is supporting APC, you don't have sense. You are not even thinking about your future. How can a young, grown adult like you, a youth, be supporting Tinubu, and you don't have GLEO, you don't get better money? Even if you get better money and you support, you are a fool. And imagine me where APC things they pay. Now this one carry APC cap, come meet me, you want to toast me. Now God now go punish you. Now God now go punish you. That's why I the idiot work they go. Anytime you say now broke, now they pay me. Say my account they give me. Like with everything that is going on in this country, the killings, the insecurities, the hunger, everything. Some idiots are still supporting APC. People are dying and the president is requesting for 6 billion loan, which has been granted to him. 6 billion loan. He has already made Aso Rock. He has given Aso Rock good light and removed Aso Rock from national grid. So they're not going to use the same light with us. So even if we don't get light, we don't consign them. Selfish interest. Now one idiot, whoever stupid cap the right APC, God they toast me. Now God now go punish you. Handsome without brain. I think the only beauty without brain they see you. Handsome without brain. Fool. Like sometimes you go see some guys, they go find be like better person until you hear them talk or see the things they do. You gonna say they no get sense. Any guy will open your mouth to support APC, God will punish you. You don't have sense. Now me talk. Come and meet me.
You don't hear that so what do you think? Make you drop out a comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Oh boy, in Nigeria, everywhere is scatter.